So you are looking at the next level up, at the next career jump, at a quantum leap in your career. You're going to need all the resources and the tools and the professional platforms and networks available for you. We can't talk about this without talking about LinkedIn. And today I'm bringing you the guru. Let's see. Hello, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. So delighted to have you all on this Saturday night live. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Say hi, say hello, say good evening. My name is Dr. Nabila Diep, an executive leadership coach and consultant with a background in education. And I am super delighted tonight to host this podcast. We have live with us the career guru for LinkedIn optimization for executives, Mr. Hamed Siddiqui, certified career mentor, LinkedIn job search coaching, LinkedIn profile optimization guru. He is the initiator, creator, and founder of the Career Guru program that is going really, really well these days. And I'm super excited to bring him tonight live for you so as he spills the beans and he tells us all about how do we optimize that LinkedIn profile so as the headhunters and the recruiters and people who are just watching for a profile like yours, how do we make you shine or outshine? Because as my friend Mr. Hamed Siddiqui says, it's either garbage in, garbage out, or good stuff in, good stuff out. You decide. We are going to see how LinkedIn is really, really crucial in making things happen in the professional world. With its 900 plus million users, we can't miss it. I don't want to steal the light from Mr. Hamed Siddiqui. Please, Hamed, come on the call and help us see if I missed anything in introducing you. Please come on the call. And first of all, thank you so much for tuning in all the way from Canada. I know with the time difference and everything, and you are alert, right, ready for us picking up this call at 8 p.m. KSA. Mr.
Thank
Hamid,
you. Thank you very much, Dr. Nabila, for inviting me. It's such an honor for me to speak to the audience that follows you, as you are a leader as well in your own space, and you've been doing some wonderful, wonderful stuff. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I am Hamas Siddiqui, as Dr. Nabila already said. I am based out of Canada now. I worked in 12 countries. Uh, Including Canada, where I established my business, coaching and mentoring business. I'm an economist by degree and had the opportunity to meet the former queen as I served as her official press officer in 1997. So I did a lot of things in my life, Dr. Nabila, and the passion remains mentoring and coaching. Whatever I did in my life, one of the main focus was how can I help people learn something, and that's how this whole LinkedIn thing came about, whole career guru thing came about. And so since I started doing it like I would say on a daily basis, there's no stopping. It's literally Saturday or Sunday or any other holiday other than Eid holiday. I work. I'm on live. I'm live on LinkedIn. I do things on other social media platforms, and I keep helping people grow in their careers.
amazing. I love this. So, what if we start from the beginning, Hamad? So I'm a career woman. and I'm positioned somewhere, and I have my traditional, so to speak, LinkedIn profile with a linear historical, description of what I did. Why would I think about optimizing my LinkedIn? Give us like reasons why
Yeah.
I would need to go into rethinking my LinkedIn profile and optimizing my profile.
Great question. So let's like take a step back. I mean, I'm a big fan of reverse engineering. We need to really take a step back and look at things, what we were doing, and how things can be changed in the process. Um, the world around us is evolving, right? And so it's really evolving extremely fast. And I would quote something from one of McKinsey's report, which came out after Davos conference this year. McKinsey spoke to all the big corporations that were participating at the conference, and the question was very simple: how do you see world changing? How do you see your business changing? And a collective response was that by 2026, which is only 2.5 years from now, uh, most of the revenue will come from businesses or services that have not been created yet. Now, for a lot of us, it's just a statement, right?
Mm,
But for me, I was astonished. I said, this is what is going to happen to us, which means that all these corporations, all these individuals like you and me and others in the group, they are actually thinking about complete transformation. These corporations saying, the revenue will come, most of the revenue will come from businesses and services they have not created, which means everything will be created from now in 2006 or 2026, right? In 2.5 years. So the evolution of things is going to be rapid, not
mm.
fast. Fast is not the word. It's going to be bullet train, right? Now, how do you catch that bullet train? You have to sit in that bullet train. That's the only process.
Right.
Often, when I coach people, I say either you become a cheetah or you ride on a cheetah. You will be riding at the same speed,
I love this.
right? So now think about LinkedIn and our own professional positioning. Whatever we had been doing historically is not going to work anymore. Period. Anyone thinking that you will find your next opportunity by any traditional manner, you may, but there will not be many people who would do that, because now, even because you teach strategy and leadership, people see leadership from a different perspective. All those marketing books, Flip Kotler and all those books that were written in like 3 decades ago are no longer valid, because everything is changing. It's changing too rapidly. So now let's go a little bit, like, a little fast forward. Optimization means best utilization of resources. Very simple. Now, LinkedIn is a resource. It's a tool. If we don't optimize and if you don't use it optimally, we'll just be there, right? We'll just be uh, amongst that 900 million people, will just be one person somewhere, right? With a profile of doing something. But we will never be in the spotlight. And those who are getting job opportunities, or those who are getting other level of opportunities, business opportunities, or whatever, they are the people who are in the spotlight. They may not be the best people, but they're the people on the spotlight. So, from that perspective, LinkedIn optimization and using LinkedIn optimally is essential.
I love this. I mean, these reports or these predictions or like that predict, that tell us, that give us. Sometimes we say they are underrated. There were studies that tried to predict, and actually the change was much bigger and much more transformational than humans at that time could imagine. So expect something much more transformational than what we are trying to predict with our little mind, especially with AI and ChatGPT and
Yes.
all of this stuff coming on. So a lot of things are going to let go of, and a lot of things, including jobs, including certain things, including the job descriptions, including what you will be called on to do. So rather than follow the traditional thing, why don't you put yourself up front? And right this morning I was telling my students, suggest this. Why would you have a tool right there in your hands and not use it and not optimize it? Sometimes I just say, and this is between us, I'm surprised that LinkedIn is still free, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my next question, Hamed, is the following. So um, I think the start point. You say, okay, I'm converted. So you tell me, what is the first step to optimize? What is it I need to know? What is the starting point? Now, this morning, and I'm sharing this with you and with my audience. I always think that any process you want to engineer for it to be sustainable needs
Mhm.
to start with your why.
Mhm.
Why do you want to optimize your LinkedIn? So beyond getting the job and beyond getting the position and beyond that, what's your why? So this brings us to is am I going to use LinkedIn in a traditional way, like in terms of describing what I did, and it's about me. I have a PhD, I have this, or is it about putting yourself out there and providing a service or providing something that can contribute to to the wood, and then companies see, oh, this one fits in with my project and this one fits in. So would you agree with that, starting
Yeah.
with your why, starting
Oh,
with why do you?
yeah, absolutely. And uh, I mean, as a human being, we all have a purpose. Like, if our life is purposeless, then it's not life, right? We are not. Even a tree has a purpose. A tree has a purpose. It gives oxygen. It takes all the carbon dioxide. So everything which is created on this earth has a purpose. So as humans, ashraful makhluqat, as we are called, we have a purpose. If we do not know our purpose, then we will be alive. We'll live, right? Whatever our age, whatever our life path is, we're going to follow that. But at the same point, we have to behave like ashraful makhluqat as well, which means you have the ability to think, you have instincts, you have feelings. Now, struggle for many people is, what is my purpose of life? A lot of people struggle, and that's where the question why comes in.
Mm,
If we could figure out that why, and I'll actually help our audience to kind of think what that why means. And some of you could actually go back and look at Simon Sinek's Golden Circle, and I'm very fascinated with this concept of Golden Circle. Look at that and just try to kind of improvise on that. But your why is actually going to help you define your purpose and also help you brand yourself. Now, what does it mean? I mean, the branding, Yani, is you're positioning yourself in a place where people don't really know you. Right? So Dr. Nabila is positioning herself as a strategic, as a leadership coach. I'm positioning myself as a career coach, as a LinkedIn coach. And if we take a step back, anyone, the positioning comes after working on our why. And most of the time, our branding starts. Well, I would say most of the time, all the time, our branding starts by understanding our core competencies. the founding block or foundational block of our core competencies of why, or our branding, or why is our core competencies. What I can do best to help someone do something is
Oh,
your core competency in the simplest possible manner. And that's how your why. So once you have the why, then everything actually starts building up around that why. This is what I want to do. I want to position myself as an author, right? A content writer, as a leader, and everything is going to start emerging around that point.
absolutely. I can't agree more. And one of the things that strikes me is rather than describe what you've done in the past, answering the question how do I want to position myself, and why am I doing what I'm doing, and what's my goal? Where do I want to see myself in the next 3 years or the next 5 years? And that
Yeah.
actually gives us that pull to brand ourselves in the future and not
Hmm.
in the past, like especially today, people, a lot of people change jobs, change lanes, change industries, change, they get easily, and they say, I was doing, project management, and you know what, I'd rather be in the, the backstage of things, or I'd rather be in the front office, dealing with people, dealing with stakeholders, dealing, be the people's person. So depending on these things, and if you keep describing yourself in the past, that's what the companies, the recruiters, the headhunters are going to see. Whereas if you position your why in the future, what do you want, what's your purpose, what's the big goal you want to achieve, and you start reframing your LinkedIn profile based on that, that is going to give hints to the potential recruiters to find you. Would you agree with this? Like, I'm a
Oh
great fan of
yes.
projecting ourselves in the future rather than.
Yeah, yeah. So I would actually add on to what you said. It's not only the future, the present as well, right? Our past is history, as you know. I remember this little thing from the famous movie Kung Fu Panda. Past is history, future is mystery. You have to live in the present. So again, core competencies in the present, and how do you use those core competencies in the process of building yourself and helping others is going to position you, is going to define your role, your goal in the marketplace.
I love it. A couple of shout outs. Leila Abu Qattusa, hello, good evening. Leila Muhammad Khalifa, hello, hello. Nabila Azam, hi, hi, hi. Wiam is here. And then Mr. Habib Zakzak, as always, is here. Hello, good evening, sir. Ghada Mahjoub is here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Noura Yusuf, Umama, hello, hello. Nice to see you all. Please chime in and take part in the discussion and ask questions and share with us your thoughts. How have you been using LinkedIn? Have you, for example, do you have the experience of using LinkedIn to, for example, generate more clients if you are entrepreneur, freelancer, etc.? Or if you are in a career, do you have the experience of getting like a position or career opportunities from LinkedIn? What do you think? So, Hiba Karar, hello, hello, good evening. Thank you so much. Now, Hamed, I want to take you down to the trenches of using LinkedIn. If um, you say, yeah, okay, I am going to try to master this beast called LinkedIn. A lot of people find it, this is very, very professional and very, as compared to the other socials. But I was telling my students this morning, you have absolutely no choice. You have absolutely.
Absolutely no choice. Yeah, I mean, you actually nailed it so nicely. So I'm working uh, with another student of mine. Like, I mean, you took the whole course and you're doing it and you're loving it. So this gentleman joined my cohort program, He's a very senior level financial sector professional based out of the US, who worked in Kuwait for many years, and he moved to US, and he loved it. He said, I never thought, now this guy doesn't need to switch job. He is already well positioned. He's an ACCA qualified. He's the vice chair of ACCA in Houston, Texas. So very senior guy, as you can imagine. Now he spent time saying, I really want to understand how LinkedIn works and how these opportunities are generated. I'm not looking for a job. I don't want to switch the job as such or whatever. So he took everything, we discussed it, became friends, and he said, Hamad, I really want to do something for ACCA professionals. There are about 1 million ACCS qualified professionals across the globe. They are stuck in their careers. They're doing whatever they're doing, but they're not kind of looking at their career from a different tangent. They don't want to develop anything out of it. What can we do? And we started talking. So we are building a program together, which is a career development program for ACCA professionals, in which we are looking at the leadership and the other aspect of being an ACCA or a professional, and gelling it with a LinkedIn program. So, what you said is exactly what it is. During this whole conversation, this gentleman actually, I helped him design the whole program. He interviewed someone in Saudi Arabia, by the way. So a CFO in one of the corporations in Saudi Arabia, very senior person. And I love, when he said, LinkedIn is inevitable. Period. I mean, either you're on LinkedIn or you don't exist. Nothing in between. And that's what a lot of people fail to understand, the power behind LinkedIn. And they do it, as you know, as also Dr. Nabila, because they don't have any training.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Habib Zakzak says, one of the uses of LinkedIn and how they've been using LinkedIn, Mr. Habib Zakzak is an educator, and he said mainly bonding with professionals in the same field.
Yeah.
Leila Abu Qattusa, so Mr. Habib here. So thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts. So basically, networking. Your network is your net worth.
Network, absolutely.
And then Layla here said, she says, I found my current job through LinkedIn. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Mohammed Ibrahim, good evening. Good evening, everyone. So keep your questions and comments coming in. So if we have to recap on the uses of LinkedIn. Like, I'm an aspiring career professional, and I want to continue to build my career. So basically, we've been talking about three main uses. Basically, number one, you position yourself in the industry. You say, hello, hey, I am here and I exist, and I'm a higher education professional. I am a LinkedIn professional. I am finance, what professional. But you, through even a show of hand or a show of face, you position yourself as, in the industry.
Yeah.
Now, the second thing, in terms of availability, LinkedIn provides a wealth of resources and tools and strategies that you can use to really differentiate, like being open, for example, for jobs. I came to know that when you post it, and a lot of my clients were scared, like, if I post I'm open to jobs, wouldn't my current company see that? And I told them, no, they won't. LinkedIn has that differentiation aspect, which is not going to signal that particular information to your current employer. And what a relief. I mean, now this is, so three uses. So you position yourself in your industry, you gain visibility, and three, I think Mr. Habib Zakzak nailed it, which is the networking. Can you tell us a little bit about networking?
Uh, I mean, we are social animals, right? And think about animals. If you have horses, they like to live within that within their own boundaries. If you have camels, they would like to live within their own boundaries. Sheep will live in their own boundaries, but they don't support each other. The bigger difference, animals don't support each other.
Mm.
When humans come together in a group, they support each other. So it's a support mechanism that comes with networking. And I remember I used to work with British government long time back, and one of my deputy high commissioner once said, it's not really important how many people know you. It's more important how many people know you. So it's not important how many people know, it's important how many people know you. So you being out there and being seen is giving the opportunity to network with more people. So more people will know you as a leader, as a coach, as a financial sector professional when you're sharing this content. And that actually starts building the momentum towards networking. And once you network, you start seeing more opportunities. So when I network with people, and I network in a decent enough numbers, I usually do not go with the word I say greed. Greed. So there's no greed. I just want to meet people, and that's how the psychology works. Your aura is going to reflect your psychology. So if I'm only looking for job, I'm a seeker. But if you and me, people like us, or Dr. Zak, people like us, what we are doing, we are giving. So we are giving content, we are helping people with live sessions, we are helping people learn something. Our network is built in a different manner. It is much more easier for us to build that network. But if you're seeker, it will not be easy for you to build network. And the power of network is today I can see Adil joining in from Kuwait. Adil was my one of my students from my cohort, like I think a year or a year and a half ago. He is a well integrated engineer. He started his business as a consultant using LinkedIn. So he was working, and a side hustle started as a consultant. Now think about it. If he can do it, we all can do it, right? And
Absolutely.
everything starts with positioning yourself, building your network, and then the opportunities will start emerging as we go along.
I love this. Thank you, Mr. Sayed Adil Hassan. And he says, I found my job through LinkedIn, started freelancing, and now I'm going to hire as SME by showcasing my expertise on LinkedIn. Good job. Amazing, amazing. Mr. Sagar Akram has joined us as well. Hello, good evening, sir. Saying nice conversation. Right. Now, Hamed, this is, I'm going straight into some of the paid information you have there. And
Sure.
I'm going to put you on the spot with sharing with us. What is it? I mean, we've all experienced how sometimes stubborn the
Yeah.
algorithm at LinkedIn is. It's like the algorithm knows this thing about the scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. So if you are coming, as you said, from give, share, and care and everything, the algorithm starts opening up and putting your way stuff and so on. But if you come from me, and give me, and I'm looking for, it's like, how is this so? And more importantly, what can we do? What kind of interactions are favored, from an algorithmic point of view? What is it that people can do, like small steps, easy peasy steps, maybe every day, maybe twice a week, maybe three times a week, Like I'm a great believer of getting started. I mean, the
Yeah.
piece 50% of the problem is when you get started. And
Yeah.
if you put, oh, you're going to wake up every day at 5 in the morning and you are going to produce a piece of content and post it and so on, the mind is going to shut down and say, no, no, you know what? I'll do it next year
Yeah.
after the kids get married. And
Yeah. 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 And by
so,
that time, it will be too late. Um, and as you rightly said, our biggest failure is not to start.
yeah.
When we start, we learn. So we don't fail when we start, actually. We learn and we fix and we fine tune and then we grow. Um, so algorithm. So what I always say, okay, don't look at algorithm. LinkedIn is a content platform. So I'm trying to simplify things for those people who are not very active on LinkedIn and still kind of struggling around it. LinkedIn is a content platform. What you're doing and I'm doing at this point in time, we're giving LinkedIn content. In a way, we are helping our audience learn something, but technically speaking, we are giving LinkedIn content, and
Mm,
it's fresh content. It's right off the oven, right? It's a bread which is just baked, and we're eating that bread with whatever food we eat. So it's like hot, fresh bread for algorithm. Algorithm loves it. So if we keep giving a lot of interesting content, fresh content, our own perspective, you know, the algorithm will start loving us, right? It's like I've got a kitten at home. Every morning when I get up, he gets up, he goes with me downstairs. What he wants, food, right? I give him food, he's happy. Same thing with algorithm. Give him a lot of food. Give
mm,
your algorithm a lot of food. So your content. Now, what happens is we get confused in what do we do? What do we write about? And that's where, as you've done the course, I've got created a complete component about content. What kind of content? I mean, our life is content, full of content. Our advertisements, things that we do, people we meet, all these selfies that we take, all the food that we eat, it's all content. Narrating that content in shape of a story makes it interesting for people to learn something. If you are learning and you're sharing that learning in your own words, that's your content. So just keep doing it, and it's all about practicing. I usually use this analogy about sprinters, those people who run for races. Now, if you are a 100-meter sprinter, you don't start 100-meter sprint on your first day. Even if you start, you're not going to win 100-meter sprint on your first day. You have to eat nicely, you have to exercise, you have to keep practicing, and then eventually you will start running 100-meter sprint and you will win a 100-meter sprint. So starting focusing on content and using all the tools, like you do this LinkedIn Live, video live. How many of us actually do that? Very few people, right? Uh, so if we do it, we will be spotted automatically. If we use our little videos, I do little videos like 1 minute, 2 minutes video. So simple. I just take up my phone, I just record it, I just post it. That's it. And some of those videos get 100,000 views, which means that I am helping people learn something, and I'm actually telling LinkedIn algorithm that this guy sitting somewhere in Canada is producing content that people are loving and shows my content to more people. So the formula is not to get scared of content. Just be naturally you and help people learn something through your content. The other new piece of content, two pieces of content people don't use, is the newsletter, and the other one is the audio feature. Now, the beauty of audio feature is this, and let's let's start doing some audio events, Dr. Nabila, together. Audio
absolutely. You
feature,
got it.
in
Yeah.
audio feature, we don't have to prepare ourselves. So you don't have to
Yes,
get up
correct.
and
No
dress up
makeup.
anything. I just have to have a nice headphone with a microphone. That's it. I can do it on my cell phone, my laptop, wherever I want. And the beauty is we can invite people to talk to us. So everyone sitting in this room commenting here, we can actually invite them and they can talk to us one on one. If we invite
Amazing.
people here, we can probably invite one or two, but that is going to clog their screen. In there, it's a conversation builder. So next level of content, and those creators who are looking at the possibility is building conversations.
Mm.
If we do these two things, algorithm is going to love us.
Absolutely. Now, this is really, really amazing. So these are very, very specific, tips, especially the audio part. The audio part, if you say, no, showing up on these videos and getting ready and preparing the background and and everything is not for me, then an audio is absolutely fine, and it's a builder of great conversations. This is all, even the World Economic Forum report, the most recent one, 2023, it
Yeah.
talks about these things. These are the skills of the future, communication and reciprocating and negotiating and collaborating and team building and teamwork, and it's all about the we rather than the I. So this is really, really good. So the audio is a brilliant idea. So Habib says it is a mutual and reciprocal. Absolutely. And then, isn't it possible from that the content might be faulty, misleading, or
Malicious.
malicious?
Just highlight this comment. It's an amazing comment. People are smart. Yeah. You
Sure.
know, you
They
cannot
know.
make them fool for a very long time. I have seen a lot of people copying a lot of content. I personally don't mind, if it's a good content, if you want to copy it, but always cite from where you have taken that content. So if I'm copying your content, Dr. Nabila, I will always cite a great post by Dr. Nabila. LinkedIn promotes reposting. So there actually is there's a feature that you can repost. But of course, your original content onto your feed is has more value. Uh, Habib, people will find out,
Yeah.
and sooner than later, and they would know. That's the fact. That's the fact. People are very smart these days, so you cannot make them fool. If I'm saying what I don't know and I'm copying someone, you would not stay here for long. You would leave this conversation very soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love this. We have a comment. The answer is not clear, Mr. Hamad. Can you clarify? Yeah, actually, Hamad gave some particular example, but if I can reframe the example of the sprinter, and I will compare it with the marathoner.
Yeah.
So with LinkedIn, it's much better to be the marathoner. So it's like it's a small, steps. Like if you decide to show up once a week, then keep it consistent over 1 2 years. It's much better than being the sprinter, where you say, "Hell, I'm sorry." That's the only French word I say. And then you say, I'm going to produce content for the full week, and then it becomes too heavy on you, and then you decide to refurbish it and say, oh no, just the 3 times a week, and then no, just once a week, and then you decide to stop. That's a sprinting. You start very strong, you start strong, and you say you are going to do a lot of things, and then you end up not doing, or you end up stopping. Be the marathoner, meaning take one thing, one specific action, one specific thing, or maybe two things to do, maximum with LinkedIn, but keep it consistent over a long period of time. Now you remind me, Hamed, you remind me of the days where I was showing up every morning on Facebook with absolutely nobody to watch the videos except my niece, who did not understand English, and my brother-in-law, who was just there to support you. He did not he did not speak English, but I was there. I was showing up, and I was talking to the crowd, like I was talking to everyone, like I had like 1,000 people in front of me. and
Yeah.
and and that's the beauty and the power of showing up. So just show up. Just
Yeah.
show up, however small step you want to take on LinkedIn, but keep consistency over a long period of time. That's much better than going big and stopping, like start and stop and start and stop and start and
Yeah.
stop. I think that's the idea.
Yeah. Consistency is the key to success. As simple as that. There are two interesting questions I'm seeing. One from Leonard, and the other from Lamis.
Let me put
Yeah.
Leonard. Yes.
So, so that's unfortunate. If you are looking for a job opportunity and you haven't got an optimized LinkedIn profile, and you are not actually kind of building the network, and you're not adding value to the network, the chances are rare. Um, I mean, we all believe, regardless of whichever religion we belong to, is our income, or as we call in Arabic or in Urdu, risk is in the hands of our Creator, right? So these are just the tools. LinkedIn is a tool. If we know how to use the tool, it will work for us. If we don't know how to use the tool, I think blame goes on us, not on LinkedIn.
I love this comment. Thank you, Leonard, for your comment. It's like it's a point of view, it's a perspective, it's Leonard's experience. Maybe
Yeah.
I would rethink, as Hamed was saying, rethink the way we are using it. And LinkedIn has undergone a lot of changes,
Oh
from
yes.
being a platform where just you can drop your CV, all the way today to being a platform where a lot of exchange and businesses are being done. I'm bringing Lamis Al Khati's comment. What do you think of those who use ChatGPT and write eloquent posts, beautifully written posts with no efforts?
Yeah. Uh, if you could figure out it's a chat GPT written post, do you think LinkedIn's algorithm won't be able to figure it out? Think about it. So unless a post is not written in a human language, the post is useless. It's not representing true you. Ideally, it should represent true you, even if it's a just one liner, two liner, or a paragraph, or five bullet points. It should be your thoughts. Now, I say, okay, go and take help from ChatGPT. I mean, because the AI is the reality. AI, we cannot deny the fact that the AI is going to be there. Um, and I remember people who, when Facebook started, we say it's going to die. It didn't die. It's got 2 billion people on it. LinkedIn would die. They've got 900 million people in it. So ChatGPT is not going to die. We'll see new forms of artificial intelligence. And LinkedIn is using a lot of artificial intelligence as well, in a different manner. So they're doing actually ChatGPT or artificial intelligence created posts, and they're experimenting with it. So some of you probably have seen it. I don't know. They're running a beta of for that as well. So ChatGPT is going to stay, but if the post is not written in a human language or human feelings are not there, you will be able to spot it, and you will write in the comments, please write humanly. So LinkedIn's algorithm also understands it.
I love it. And Lamis, I am positive uh, that even not, like, let's say not from the first time, but after a couple of times, you can spot that this is very generic language. I'm sure Lamis, for example, because Lamis follows me and reads for me, and I'm super delighted that she does, the fine, intellectual, lady that she is. And I'm sure by now she knows if this content is Nabila's content or not. So there is, that's, I totally agree with my friend Hamed, that there is a voice, there is a brand, there is a stamp, there is a tone, there is presence, there is aura, there is energy, there is your language, there is there is you. there is you,
Yeah.
all of you, in those two liners, or those even the quote that you choose. It's you, because there's only you who can choose these things. Very true, and I'm annoyed to see it. Don't be, it's a fad.
Don't care.
uh, you the like We've always gone through things as human beings, and it's our humaneness, so to speak, that always won the game. And we came out of all battles winning, because of our uniqueness, because we are
Absolutely.
hanging in there to who we are and our uniqueness. I can't believe it's past 48 minutes. The discussion has been absolutely incredible and amazing and eye-opening. Hamed, can you please share with us your final thoughts, and where do we find you? And
Yeah.
we can wrap up and take it from there.
Yeah, so the easiest way, if you're looking at what Dr. Nabila has done, she's taken the course, so she's taken the initiative, and that actually led to this conversation. I mean, she did not know me, I did not know her. It's LinkedIn that actually brought us together, and now we are talking of something more interesting, more opportunities. What do we do together? So it's always your first step towards which will take you towards a ditch or towards your goal. So you have a goal, you want to grow, take that first step. So careerguru.co is where you can find everything, all the courses that I have. I have English courses, courses in English as well as in Hindi and Urdu. Well, it's the same, more or less the same language. Depending on what you prefer, you can take that course. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm always on LinkedIn. That's where I live, sleep, eat, you know. Um, and so follow the content, follow the post. I would encourage to, because there was a question and you also asked a question about networking and the importance of networking. You build that relationship by starting like a little conversation. So start commenting on posts, share your piece of brain, and build that conversation with people. And often you don't require to go and comment on like big influencers who get like 500-600 comments on their post. People who don't get any comment or get few comment are the people who will connect with you. Remember that. Okay, these big influencers have no time. They're already making millions of dollars on LinkedIn, so they have no time. So comment, and that's how the learning starts. That's how the conversation starts. So that's my little 2 cents towards the end. Be positive, and just come off this negative thought. It's not working for me, and most of the time when it's not working for me, it's my own mistake or my own fault because I don't really know how to.
I love, love, love it. This is a nice wrap up to the call. So, LinkedIn is what you make of it, like life. So, what do you want to make out of LinkedIn? I know if you are here, we are talking to the converted. I know if you are here with us on a Saturday night, live, then it means for you. Then you have your notifications right for when we tag you. And I thank you very much for showing up with us and enriching the discussion. It's been very, very fruitful. Ziba Amudu from Florida has just joined us, and she's sending us the salams from Florida.
Walaikum
Uh,
assalam.
and she says she's still going to contribute. She says, very sorry for being late. No worries. I know you are a very good student. Communication is a very powerful tool indeed, Ziba. And Mr. Sagar Akram, I will endorse Mr. Hamad for his services. Of course, this is very much well taken. Well, Mr. Hamed, I was super, super, super delighted to have you today on the call for, sharing your thoughts and, the latest of what's on LinkedIn. Again, this is my honest opinion on this, and I'm not, we are not getting paid for doing anything for LinkedIn or anything, but I do know for professional purposes, LinkedIn is the place and we have no way around it. I mean, at least for the time being, I don't see how something else could be as powerful as LinkedIn. It's there, it's for free, it's full of potentialities and functionalities. So why leave all of that good stuff out there on the table? Thank you, everyone. I hope I convinced you to go and check that LinkedIn page and see what you can do to activate the algorithm. Take care of your content, take care of how you want to show up. The algorithm will take care of itself, as Hamed says. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in our next episode of Saturday Night Live. Mr. Hamed, as always, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for inviting me. It's such a pleasure. And I hope I was able to contribute a little bit in addition to people already knew. And
it.
yeah, so thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. It's our weekend just started today. And
Yes. And in Saudi, just ending. We
ending, yes,
have
yeah.
a beautiful evening. Now, just to, if you are interested in a PDF that will give you a bullet point on how to get started on LinkedIn, I have created something for my students, very simple, very to the point. So hashtag PDF, and we will make a point of sending you the LinkedIn PDF or the LinkedIn checklist. It's something that you can check just to make sure you are doing things right. Have a great, beautiful evening, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.